We're gonna do it. So it's gonna be a 9/32 or 7mm. You have 2 screws. And they're gonna be right up under here, 1 and 2. After you take them 2 screws out, okay, you're gonna either take your flat bladed pry device or a trim tool, and you're gonna work. Now, if you have a factory radio or some other special dash kit or whatever, you're gonna have to pull your radio out. Now, this radio is jimmy-rigged in here. So, now we're gonna turn our car to accessory, and we're gonna pull it to first gear. And all the way down. And we're just gonna carefully work our way across this panel here. And I'll show you why we gotta have our gear selector down, because the top of this panel will come out first and up. There we go. Now, we're gonna set it like that, and we're gonna have some plugs back here. We got some radio plugs for our radio. Let's sit you down and unplug those. And push the plug. Now, okay, now after those, we can pull it up, over, and I'm gonna come around with it. This one's broke, but that's why I'm removing it. And we're gonna unplug our headlight switch and our dimmer switch. It's got a little tab here, and I'm gonna have to hold this while I do. Now, if you wanted to replace your dimmer switch or your foot control pedal switches or your headlight switch, there we go. That's out. That's it. Now we're gonna put this in park, and we're gonna turn our key off. And we're gonna have the ding of death till we plug in our headlight switch, and our headlights are gonna be on until we get our new switch plugged in. Not a big deal. I've just gotta move some stuff over to my new panel. So, we're gonna do that. It's like this dimmer switch is broke, and a few things. So here's the new panel that's not broke, except the dimmer switch is broke out. So, we're gonna remove our dimmer switch. I don't care about this one. So, we're gonna make sure. Oh, we got a broken AC vent too. We're gonna swap that over. Just, you pull these tabs up. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a flat blade. AC vent comes out, so we're gonna grab that flat blade and swap that over. I'm gonna grab my, I think those are T15 will work on those. Torques to swap these out. So I'm gonna get everything swapped over and then I'll be right back, all right? But you can see how they fix the aftermarket radio and that. That's why I'm removing this. But I need that vent, and I need that dimmer switch, which, as you can see, to remove dimmer switch. So, all right, this is removing the dimmer switch. So your dimmer switch is 2 T15 screws here. Just going into some gentle plastic, so gonna be careful there. We're gonna pull that dimmer switch right out. So it just goes in these 2 little plastic nubs. Ooh, that's a nice looking dimmer switch. So let's go over to where we need it installed. 1, 2, T15s into this. It comes out. And then it just goes back, just like this. We got one screw goes down here in the bottom corner. Start them by hand. We got one screw. We start by hand up here in the top. And there we go. And that's how we replace our dimmer switch if it's broken out. So it looks really broken. Not sure what happened to it. It's out of that car. So, all right. I'm gonna replace the rest of the stuff, and I'll be back with part 2 of reinstalling this baby. So, but that's how you replace the dimmer switch in your Lincoln once you have this dash out. Thank you. Peace. All right, we're gonna reinstall now our dash. So, important thing is gonna be, because our headlights are dinging, just get rid of the noise we're gonna do. I'll get rid of the noise. Now, I need to tilt the wheel all the way down, put it in first gear. Bring that around, and we're gonna plug in our switches. We got our dimmer switch here, and down here, and plug in next to our foot pedal switch for adjusting our foot pedals. Gonna have to lay you down. There's one. Then we got our headlight switch, which I'll just plug back in like so. Woohoo! Now, this is just gonna go back behind our gear selector. We're gonna have to pull it forward so it falls behind. I'm just gonna have to see if I can get here. I'm just gonna work that around the column. Now, once it's behind this gear selector worked into the column, we're gonna line up our air vents and line up our little tangs before we commit here. And then we're just gonna push this guy into place. And so it didn't have it because it put an aftermarket radio. But these 2 screws here, there are matching screws that actually go in here, right up. I don't know if you can see, right up under in the other side, right around the radio to hold it in. So, all right. So, all right. Oops. We're gonna run our traction control over from our glove box, and we'll put it in here and do some special wiring. So we have our regulars back. So, won't be too bad, but we're pushed into place, and that's how we do it. Now I just got to finish it up, get our radio back in, get our screws back in there. I got some screws there. The other car in this thing here, that car over there, the dash had been apart. This had no screws at all up in here. This thing, there were no screws here or no screws here. Now this car had these two, but not those two. So I went and I found some screws with similar everything on the shelf at the Zone. And yeah, so we're gonna use those two other screws here because the radio will hide them. And I'll be back with us installing a radio. Alrighty, peace. Thanks for watching.